Well, here we have the first thing you will see as soon as a match starts in the multiplayer for Medal of Honor Warfighter on the Xbox 360, as well as PlayStation 3. This here is the loadout screen. We'll get more into that later, but let's just get right into the multiplayer. It's straightforward first-person shooter multiplayer. 2 teams of 10 split to 5 teams of 2, with squads I should say. Here I am using my rifle and, scope view, trying to kill that asshole across from me, but I can't. Enough with sniper. Let's go to normal view.
Normal view, normal view, normal view, normal view.
Okay, now that I'm back in normal view, it seems that the game... Really, here I am, my grenade launcher, doing my best Terminator 2 impression, and just like the T-1000, there I am getting fucking lit up from somebody from across the way. But, there's the spectator screen. You see that when, in between deaths. And the cool thing about this game is that you're not necessarily forced to spawn back at the spawn point. You do have buddy spawn. That's not necessarily a new feature in first-person shooter games. It has been around for quite some time. This game really relies on the squad-based strategy as opposed to just simple run and gun that you see like in Battlefield or Call of Duty or Resistance, to name a few. I mean, Halo doesn't necessarily do that. I mean, other shooting games have that as a mode where you can play teams like, where you take your whole team and you split up into segments, and that's fine and good. This game really relies heavily on its multiplayer, however, though, because there is absolutely no alternative. This is the only way you will play multiplayer. There's no alternative to any of this. You simply are put into a situation where you're going to be playing in a squad with somebody, and who you play with and how they play are completely random. In fact, you could be even put into a server and not have a teammate on your squad, so you could be all alone. But the cool thing about it is that you do work together. Every kill, every capture, every point you hold, every location, detonation, whatever, you do get... Now watch this. Look how pathetic I am. Throw a grenade. Yeah, that'll work. Fucking dickwad. Anyway, in the bottom of the screen, it'll always show you who killed you. And in the top right corner of that title bar, as you saw, as it went away so quickly, it'll tell you the ratio of his kill on you and his death from you. So it's always been, it's a split ratio. It's actually pretty cool. It can increase rivalries and give you a nemesis and whatever. There are other shooting games that do that. This game isn't necessarily ripping it off, but because it's a tactical squad-based shooter, they do let you know that. So you do have a chance to get your revenge and get it done, and it is pretty cool. By the way, secondary weapons are always assigned to up on the D-pad. Now, this is the Xbox 360 version, not the PlayStation version, so I'm assuming the controls are the same. I mean, I'm not going to say the controls are different. There we go. Let's see if I can get a couple of kills. Of course not. Why would I? These guys have been playing it since it came out, and here I am recording content, trying to get some decent statistics for myself to make myself look somewhat better. But as you can see, I'm failing miserably. Perhaps on this map, maybe not so on others. Ooh, there's a guy. Let's see if I can get him. Oh, 2. Oh, boy. Oh, there you go. There's one. Let's grenade that asshole. Yeah, he's dead. Fuck him and his mother. Anyway, now that's out of my system. Okay, revenge was got. I'm an asshole. Anyway, like I said, the gameplay is relatively fast-paced. There is a lot going on in this multiplayer. There's a lot to do. I mean, they do have a wide variety of modes. I'm going to show quite a few. Right now, it's just team deathmatch. It's just straightforward. First to achieve a set amount of points wins the game. And there's nothing really relatively different about team deathmatch. It's just all the same. Even if you're playing capture the flag, people have a tendency to not even go for the objective. They just go for the kill. So that's one aspect of shooting games that's always bugged me, and it continues to. As you see right there, I just got the assist on the kill. So everything you do is credited. Whether it's capturing a flag, holding an objective, defusing a bomb, killing an enemy, you get commendations, you get awards, you rank up. This game is relying heavily on squad-based tactical gameplay, and it's cool. As you see right there, I just hovered over one of my teammates and held down X, and just like in the single player, you can get ammo back and you can get grenades back. But in the multiplayer, you also get health. You can recover and resupply, and that's really cool because there are classes in this and you can use medics and whatever, But most of the time, people are just running around shooting, kind of like I am, doing my best to get some kills or do some kind of damage. But, you know, I'm just more or less trashing myself. I am relatively good at this, whether or not the computer-controlled AI characters in the single player or the asshole-controlled characters in the multiplayer. After a set amount of kills, you get a tactical boost. You get either a smoke screen or you get to do a mortar strike. And as you see, I'm running around now trying to aim for a good spot to get one. And, oh, there we go. Let's drop it right over there. Oh, man, I'll just shoot the guy. Yeah. So you get the kill and you get the buddy spawn points. Everything is multiplied. You get a ton of points for almost everything. And that's a good thing because it encourages you to keep playing. And it makes you want to play even more because there's so much going on. But that also leads to one of the biggest faults I have with the multiplayer, which you will see shortly. And because, let's be honest, my team isn't going to win this. Once we get to a score screen, I'll show you. We should win this. I mean, see, that's one thing about shooting games. Like, you know, if you're not relatively paying attention to what color is around your name, you're not necessarily knowing if you're on the blue team or red team. I believe we won. Yeah, there we are. We won that one. So anyway, as you see the score there, it's cumulative for each player on each team. As you see on this screen right here, everything is broken down by player and by squad. Nothing changes on that end. Your name's always going to be highlighted in green. This is your XP screen, your rank up screen. It shows you how far along you are. It shows you your commendations, shows your awards, shows you the team scoreboard, and so forth. There's battle log. If you wait, you can, 45 seconds or whatever, you can wait. The next game will launch. You can highlight any name and select them. And I'm just skimming around here now. Not really any thought to it. But there's your achievement, your award screen. Again, scoreboard again. Now, let me just hop out of this map here in this game and hop into another game, and we could see another mode. And the hold, while you're waiting, I should say, the loading screen, as you're on hold. What is this, a fucking Verizon? Anyway, you see little tips come up on the screen there with the tomahawk. This is sector control. It's basically capture a point. It's capture and defend. You basically have 3 objectives. You want to capture them and hold them and maintain them. You don't want the enemies coming over. Look at that. Isn't that a nice seaside resort? This could be a level made in the game, or it could be an actual scene from Atlantic City, New Jersey. I'm sorry. That's too soon. Anyway, here's the loadout screen. You have different characters with different skill sets, different weapon layouts. You have so many customizable things you can do here. The gun alone could be customized in so many ways. Here you can choose your spawn point. You can choose if you're going to be an American soldier, a Canadian soldier, and what have you. There's so much going on here. There's your battle log in the bottom. It's the social aspect of EA games. It was also used in Call of Duty. It was also used, Call of Duty. It was used in Battlefield 3 and it was very effective. It tracks pretty much everything and anything you do. Here I am jumping into a game that's well past its starting point. One thing should be pointed out here, all these servers I'm playing on are EA official servers. Now, I'm not necessarily saying there aren't servers that aren't hosted by the public, but every search that I've done, maybe I haven't done a complex enough searching, but the search that I've done, I've only found EA servers. I haven't found user-controlled servers. You find servers for each multiplayer mode. You find servers with, this amount of players, that amount of players, if it's started, if they're in lobby, and whatever. So a lot of times you're going to be thrown into a game that's already in progress and get killed right away, just like I was right there. Now you have 2 spawn points. You have falling back and you have buddy spawn. Falling back takes you back to the main spawn point, and buddy spawn spawns you where your partner is. However, it should be pointed out that if your partner is under fire or has been spotted, the countdown meter will be added. Will add 2 seconds, so you'll have to wait that much longer. So that isn't necessarily a defect or anything. It does make it a lot more competitive because you want to stay hidden. You want to stay protected. Plus, it's not just you that's in danger. It's your teammate. Plus, they do that for, spawn camping issues. They don't want people just huddling around. Well, let's see if I can capture this. Nope. My teammate decides to jump in front of me after I die. You see how he would be real effective as a Secret Service agent, wouldn't he? I'm going to jump in front of the president after he gets shot. Mr. Reagan! Mr. Reagan! Anyway, as you see this blood splatter, the game has a nice jungle background here. I love this map. This is one of my favorite maps. Any game that has maps like this is real good. Let's grenade it. Yeah, that's what you get for camping, douchebag. Let me go in and pick up the pieces. Ooh, an arcade console there. Hopefully it's Mortal Kombat 1. I was trying to get a laugh out of that. Failed miserably. Try to tomahawk my teammate, take my frustrations out on him. Die! Anyway. Smoldering tanks. You can't ride any of these vehicles, it should be pointed out. They're just there for effect and for cover. But yeah, I mean, there goes a teammate's going to spawn on me, as you see right there. He was killed, but as I was just spotted, the timer reset back to 4 seconds. It was added 2. So there he goes. He spawns on me. I get the 10-point assist. So that's always cool. Everything ranks up. It's amazing how much everything is just counted in. It's just like Battlefield, but I think this is more or less a shooter game that's more tactical than that. Battlefield is the superior shooter multiplayer game. It is leaps and bounds ahead of this. But this is not necessarily a bad multiplayer. This game's getting a lot of flack. I don't necessarily think it's fair that the multiplayer gets compared to Battlefield as much as it has been. I know I've made references to it, but I'm not going to give it points off because I feel that Battlefield is better. I mean, there are inconsistent things here. Like, for example, I don't like the fact that there's just, as you saw right there, I died and my teammate spawned right on me and he died instantly too. There's camping and spawn killing that is just rampant in this game. And if in a capture mode like this, all 3 points are available, but they have a mode where you have to capture one at a time. And in order to capture the second and the third, you have to capture the first. So what people will do is they will camp around those points and pick you off as you spawn or pick you off as you go there. And it's constant, and it never ends. And they're higher ranked than you, so they're going to have a better weapon assortment, and they're going to have better character build-up. So they're going to have higher experience, and they're going to be waiting for you. So it's more or less a gamble to even go out there. And I always found that to be a little bit problematic with this multiplayer in particular because there's so much to get in rewards in terms of experience and level up and rank and unlock character stuff and there's so much to unlock, but you can't really take full advantage of that because so many people have unlocked it ahead of you that they're just going to pick you off and get spawn kills. Now, in fairness, from servers that I have seen that are legit, see right there, kill from behind, but he wasn't spawned there, I just wasn't paying attention. He only killed me once, so fuck him. From what I've noticed so far, the multiplayer just seems to... It works, but there's mechanical issues that hinder it. There we go. Got him. One of the things that I find problematic, besides the spawn camping, is just the fact that it just feels kind of too straightforward. Like, like right there, the explosions are nice, but like I said, you're getting killed quickly, and that's one of the things. It's like, it's problematic because you're not given a legit chance to really get anything going and set anything up. Now, I have played in servers where I've had that kind of success. As you saw in the last game, we did win, and I've played several other multiplayer matches where it does work and it does feel good. But, the issues I have are more, aesthetic than they are technical. I mean, the spawn killing, like right there, again, I just got back and I just got killed again. That's one of the main issues. The spawn killing, the camping, and the fact that there's just... I mean, Battlefield's great, but it just feels like this is a multiplayer that could have been exceptional. Like, it could have been on par with that. But it feels more or less like they took ideas that were rejected from Battlefield and put it into this. Now, by rejected ideas, I don't mean bad ideas. I mean, it works. And the guns are great, zooming in and out, and the scope is cool, the animations are nice. But the overall feel of the multiplayer just... feels like it was there. Like it works, but there's so many mechanical issues with it that I just can't enjoy it fully. The spawn camping is just ridiculous. That's Xbox and PlayStation 2 like camping, like Halo 2 camping, or Call of Duty Black Ops, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, 2, or 3 camping. It's just irritating. You don't really get a chance, but on that regard, I mean, if it's on the other end and you're doing it and you got a legit chance, I know people are going to take advantage of that. But it seems like there's nothing in place to prevent that. It just feels like there's nothing going on. Now, another issue I have is with the experience points. Now, when you get it going, you start getting a lot of experience points, you start leveling up, you start unlocking. It feels good. It's rewarding to get that. It feels good to do that. Problem is that you're getting killed so much that you don't have a chance to earn any experience. And if you are in a game that's started well after you got there, any experience you're going to get is going to be limited. And then the next game starts and you're still in that same server, you don't have a chance to get any experience because they're not going to play the same way. So people drop on you, they drop out of the server, you lose teammates. That's another thing that bothers me. They don't reseed you. As you can see right there, we were one man short. They didn't bother to bring anybody in through matchmaking. So bottom line, Medal of Honor Warfighter's multiplayer is fun and it's addicting, but there's so many technical issues that I have with it, being the XP, the spawn camping, the fact that it just the teams of 10 split into 5 subgroups of 2. It just feels like these are rejected ideas from previous shooting games that they've done. Need not mean bad ideas, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're good. But there's a list of what I like. There's so much going on. There's so much to do. For example, I'd like the ammo and health request. That's cool. But another aspect of this that I failed to mention during this whole ordeal was the 2-day online pass. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, really, are you kidding me? Why in the world would they do that? 2 days? Now, I should point out that the 2 days I used up, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to buy an online pass to get some footage because I didn't get footage for the multiplayer. I did, but Final Cut Pro is being a real dick. But anyway, after the 2 days was up, I logged back on, and Origin asked me if I would like to redeem a 2-day trial. And that was cool. Overall, there's better multiplayer games elsewhere. Like I said, when your teammate's an idiot, when they drop and they don't come back, or they don't help you, or they're in locations you're not supposed to be in. They have locations in the game that you're what they call out of the combat zone, and if you're not out of that area in 10 seconds, you die. And if you spawn with him, you die. So, you know, that's stupid. Overall, it's a multiplayer game. You ask yourself, what if? What if they did this? What if they did that? It could have been a lot better. Medal of Honor Warfighter has an exceptional addictive replay value because of the collectibles and the XP factor, but because there's so much camping and there's so many players that are ahead of you that take advantage of that camping weakness, it takes the competitive aspect out of it for me, so I can't really recommend it very much. Good thing it's on its own disc on the Xbox. Medal of Honor Warfighter's multiplayer, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. I feel that the issues that I've labeled here, as well as so many others that I've either mentioned through the review or maybe you yourself have picked up on, keep me from giving it a higher score than that. Is it worth playing? Yeah, but be ready to be frustrated. It's a very frustrating multiplayer. It's more frustrating than it is competitive. I wish I could say that, you know, it's on par with maybe, you know, like a Resistance, but even that's a better multiplayer experience. Killzone 3 has a better multiplayer experience. This is a good addictive multiplayer, but I can't recommend it. 2.5 out of 5. Okay, yeah, that's it. Maybe I should just, yeah, let me lean in and press stop. Okay, there we go.